Hello, my name's Chris.
I'm Tammy.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Allison. We've got ears and they're easy to make.
Hi, and welcome to our home. Today we're going to talk about how to go to Disney on a budget, but one of the ways we find that we can do that the best is through DIY projects before you go. And it's also a great way to help your children and even yourself get a little more excited about the trip. So today we're going to make Mickey ears. And the Mickey ears in the park, they're quite expensive. And so about $25 and up. And so today we're going to show you how to make those for about half that price or less.
Let's get crafty.
So for the first set of ears, you're going to need several things. You're going to need a headband, and when I purchase my headbands, I always make sure that they're comfortable. And then you're going to need a hot glue gun and glue sticks, your choice of fake flowers, whatever colors you would like, scissors, ribbon, the same width of whatever headband that you choose, and then you're going to need a lighter so that you can heat seal your ribbon, 18 or 16 gauge wire, wire cutters, and one wide mouth mason jar. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to pull out my headband and my ribbon. I'm going to pull out my ribbon and I'm going to heat seal the end of it.
Children, make sure you have an adult with you at this time.
That's right.
And never try this at home by yourself.
That's right.
Without an adult.
So the first thing I'm going to do is heat seal my ribbon. And if you've never done that before, it's very simple. All you do is take your lighter and just kind of touch the end of your ribbon just a little bit, just so that the ribbon doesn't fray. Then the next thing you're going to do is I'll pull my hot glue gun out, and you're going to take and just put a little bit of hot glue. I put it directly on my headband, on the outside edges. And then I just go little by little and place it on my headband and kind of mash down just a touch. And then I'm going to work my way all the way around the headband. Just little sections by little sections. I find that it works best that way. And then this is what the finished product will look like. Okay. Okay. All right, so the next step is going to be preparing the wire for the actual Mickey ears. Now, what I do then is I take my wide mouth mason jar and I take my wire, and I don't ever measure out my wire. I just kind of see how much I want to use, and I use it based upon that. So I kind of straighten it out a little bit. And this particular wire right here is 18 gauge wire, so it's a little more sturdy than per se this particular wire. This wire is 16 gauge wire, and it's very pliable, and it's it moves a little easier, whereas this one is going to be a little more sturdier.
Where did we get the purple wire? Was it Dollar Tree?
This purple wire I purchased at Dollar Tree, and then this gold wire I purchased at Hobby Lobby. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to move my...
Need the ruler?
No, I don't need the roller. I'm going to take my wire, and my mason jar has this cur on the front of it because that's the brand of mason jar it is, but it is 2 inches from here to here. One of the tips that I received was that if you take maybe a permanent marker and you mark 2 inches from whenever the spaces around, just get you a ruler and mark 2 inches. That'll give you an idea of where to start and where to finish. So I take my wire and I leave some in a little bit on the end because I'm going to use that. And I just simply mold it around my jar. And you're going to do that from the start to finish on your where you mark it. And then you have a perfect little Mickey spot right here. Then, hang on, I'll let you cut that. Give me just a second. Then you're going to take, and I bend my wire up, and I like to kind of place it on my headband to kind of see how I want it to lay out. And then I know that I want it about right there. So that is approximately right at 3 inches in between. And so then I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around my jar once again. Thank you. And, okay, thank you so much. And then that gives me my set of Mickey ears, just like that. And you want to cut, and then I'm going to cut about right there. Perfect. Just squeeze hard. There you go. Good job. All right. So then I'm going to take it. I'm going to shape it around my headband. You can kind of shape it how you would like it. Do me a favor, hon. We made this a little big. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut about right here. There. Thank you. Okay, Allie, I'm going to need your help right here. Okay. So you want to hold the headband for me? All right. So then we're going to place it. Cole, you want to come over here? Maybe you can hold this down for me for just a second. Just hold that down. There you go. All right. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to hot glue my wire. Lift your finger up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be hot glue.
And I'm going to put my hot glue. I'm out of hot glue.
This is why you always have an extra
hot glue stick, near what you're doing. All right, so then I'm going to hot glue my wire right there. And I'm going to glue it down.
Make sure you do this fast because the hot glue dries really quickly.
The hot glue does dry very quickly. Okay.
And again,
there you go.
Children, always have an adult to supervise.
Oh, it came apart. Okay.
Here, I'll hold it.
You hold it for me.
It's for your safety.
Okay. Hold it just like that. Perfect. All right. Then I'm going to hot glue the middle. You don't have to put a ton of hot glue on there. Just enough to kind of get it some stability because we're going to wrap it in ribbon here in a second and really give it some good stability. Okay, then the next thing you're going to do is do the end. Push that glue stick.
It's easier if you have another person with you.
It does help. It does definitely help to have another person. Okay. There you go. So now your wire is stuck on there pretty well. Okay. So then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to heat seal the end of our ribbon again.
So at this point, we find that we've got about, $1 in the wire, $1 in the ribbon if you buy it at Hobby Lobby at half price time.
$6 in fake flowers.
Well,
for the amount that we got.
Well, we bought a bunch of fake flowers though. And in just that little band, I think that came in a package of 4 for $2.97. You got less than $1 in the band. So currently we're setting somewhere around $3 invested. If you're going to make a couple sets of Mickey ears. You can really get that price down a little bit per each one. But even if you're just making one, we're still setting, because you can buy headbands at Dollar Tree
That's
for
exactly.
$1 each.
Yeah, that's where I bought mine.
And so this would only be setting at $3 right now investment in the whole process so far. And so we're real close to $3.
So now, once you've wrapped your ribbon and hot glued it to the beginning, I always
heat seal.
I heat seal the end of it once again, and then I finish hot gluing it out. And you're not going to see any of this because it's going to be covered in flowers. So this is just really for strength. It really strengthens it just to keep the wire in place. And you're going to do that at each section. I do it at the top as well. And then I'm going to do it at the end. Okay, so I made a crown prior to this. And I made this with the 16 gauge wire ribbon.
That was gold.
I just simply went on Pinterest and I found a crown that I liked on some ears that someone was selling on Etsy, and I just kind of copied what they did and just kind of bended it and made the crown myself. And so you can make a crown, you can not make a crown. The crown is kind of, it's pretty simple to make for the most part. It's really just bending the wire. Help me out.
There you go.
But it really adds to the Mickey ear, and it makes it look really cute, I think.
Yeah,
so.
like on the Mickey ears I'm wearing right now, we made a crown up here.
So I'm just going to do the same thing, and I'm going to glue the crown to the headband.
Your crown doesn't have to be gold if you don't want it. So you can take that in your mind.
We are going to wrap that in ribbon as well and give it a little more stability. All right, so
Hot glue on this one needs over.
now the next thing we're going to do is now we're going to place our flowers along. And I always kind of like to place it out and kind of look at it and decide where I would like to put my flowers.
You can also take things off the flower if you'd like. Like we took something off of this yellow flower.
All right, so I just kind of play with it. What do y'all tell me? Y'all want to look at it and design it and show me what y'all think? Cole, tell me what you think, Cole.
If I would use purple and yellow because those are like the main colors.
Right?
I wouldn't
too.
use pink. I know
So,
pink and white. I wouldn't use those.
well, I know like she does purple. Purple's in her crown
It's also in her clothing.
and also in her clothing. That's right. Yeah.
So I say we do it like
What do you
this.
think like this? Cole, tell me what you think. What do y'all think of that?
I like it.
I think that looks pretty. What do y'all think?
I think it looks good.
Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah? Okay. Well, let's go like that then. Okay. So, all right. So, I always start with my largest flower first.
They couldn't see it because it was all back here behind this super awesome Yoda mug.
Mine. Y'all jealous.
Alright, so then you're going to take your flowers, you're going to put hot glue on them, and I always start with my biggest flower in the center. And you do have to kind of like hold it down for a second, really place it how you want it. It takes a second or so for it to take.
What do we have on there?
Okay.
The yellow flower right here. This flower.
Those flowers right there.
And
Okay.
that flower right there. That flower right there.
Okay.
Trying to figure out which flowers we put where. Even though it's super easy. I got this one.
Oh, baby, you had to put a lot of glue on these. These flowers require a lot of glue in order to stick well. And you don't want them
I
to
can
come
do
off.
these.
Yeah,
Now, we picked most of these flowers up either at Walmart or where?
Hobby Lobby.
Dollar Tree.
Well, another great
Dollar
place,
Tree.
it seems odd, but is at Goodwill. When people get rid of old floral arrangements,
That's true.
you can pick up good flowers for real cheap.
That's true.
And so if you kind of are planning this out in advance, you can go to Goodwill and pick up for $2, $3, something like that, a real nice little set of flowers. And if you did that for 2 or 3, and you were going to make different ones, like who is your headband for here? Cinderella, right? And so you could pick up 2 or 3 of them that would help kind of curve the
I
cost.
think we actually got these flowers from Goodwill.
I think so too.
I think so, yeah.
And so this headband you're wearing, Allison, cost us less than $5 to make. But, you know, the one Tammy's doing, because we bought some of the flowers at Walmart, it cost us a little more, probably about $8. And so, you know,
About a
depending, you know,
$3 difference.
right. And if you had a bunch of kids, that could make, you know, a little bit of money savings at $3 or $4 here and there. So we do quite a bit of going to Goodwill and places like that, just because it helps curb some of those costs. And you know, you might have to take like an air chuck and blow the flowers off if they're a little dusty. But like you can see the ones Allison has here, they weren't dusty when we bought them. They were in real good shape.
It's
Yeah.
real fun to do this. I mean, that does kind of add to it.
I mean, these ears that we're making today are a little girly for me and Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can make
but you
ears
can
for
make,
boys
yeah,
with hats.
You can make boy ears. Grab that pair right back there. And those are no sew. That's all
Those are
cut.
like both
And
girl and boy.
this could work for a girl. It's front and back, Chippendale, and so
Those are mine.
all made out of felt and foam. And so this worked out real well. So set that back.
And even if headbands are a little girly,
You can do hats.
You can make it out of a hat. Yeah.
we could find them at Goodwill.
And so, well, we didn't buy any hats at Goodwill, but we did buy hats at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, we did.
And a hat at Hobby Lobby is like $4 or $5.
Yeah.
And
I would
so,
like
if you
Let me do
use
this
the
as they'll-
40% coupon,
I wanna do
you can
this.
get that for a little less also. And they almost always have a 40% coupon going.
Now, I will say, if you do use a hat, you may have to sew a little bit. I mean,
You might
yeah.
All right.
So now we're gonna put
Or
some
pin.
jewels on the
with a pin.
Yeah, so the
on the
final
crown.
touches are we're going to put some jewels on the crown. Be very careful, that's very hot. You're going to need a good bit, baby. You're going to need more than that.
You can see why the parental guidance is important.
So then I'm going to take and
I would suggest you could do this if you're a little bad with a
You-
hot glue
you
gun.
know what would make
you can
that-
do it on a plate.
Listen to me, you know what would make that better? If you glued a jewel from the front and the back at the same time.
I'm sorry. A front and the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
So if you're doing this at home,
And here you go.
I think this is your first time to add jewels to
It
the crown.
is. It is.
So if you're doing this at home, if you'll take the jewels and match them up and do a front and back, to where from the back you can see a jewel and from the front you can see a jewel, those jewels will glue more cohesively, and you can get it to stick to that crown a whole lot easier. Yeah, now one thing to think about on this as she's working away at these jewels is one of the things that you can do is take these jewels and, take these crowns, and if you're doing a cruise and you know you're going to be giving out some fish extenders, these are like really great fish extenders.
They're not
And
super
so
expensive
if
either.
if you're going to make several of them for different girls that you might have that you're going to be
Look, you
giving
can
to
push
on the
in and it
cruise,
comes out.
you might be able to get that cost way down, because what you would normally buy for that one's $7, you might be able to work it all the way down to $4 each for that fish extender. And so because you're making so many of them, you're able to use so much extra of the material.
Alright, so this is your finished product.
So that is our finished product, and these are Rapunzel ears. So
Yes, I will show you what they look like on me.
alright, so there's our finished Rapunzel ears.
There you go.
Here, you
There you go.
please.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Cinderella's Tammy's favorite.
Yes.
That works.
So thank you for watching our video. Comment below on your favorite type of ears that you would like.
Like if you liked the video.
Subscribe if you want to see the next episode.
Check out our website, www.managingmickey.com. And until next time,
From our house to yours.